In a world that never stops talking, there is a rare group of people who find their greatest power in the silence. Have you ever wondered why some people feel completely energized after a night alone, while others feel drained and isolated? This isn't just a personality quirk, it's a profound psychological blueprint. Today, we are diving deep into the minds of those who love to be alone. We are exploring the science of solitude, the hidden benefits of being your own best friend, and why the capacity to be alone is actually a sign of emotional maturity and strength. For many, the idea of being alone is synonymous with loneliness. But there is a massive distinction that we must understand right from the start. Loneliness is a state of lack, a painful feeling of disconnection from others. Solitude, however, is a state of abundance. It is the choice to be with oneself, to recharge, and to reflect without the noise of external expectations. When we look at the neurobiology of these individuals, we find fascinating differences. Research suggests that introverts and those who enjoy solitude have a higher sensitivity to dopamine. While an extrovert might need a high-octane social environment to feel a chemical rush, someone who loves solitude finds that same reward in a quiet book, a creative project, or a walk in nature. Their brains are literally wired to find depth where others find boredom. This internal processing allows for a much richer inner life. When you aren't constantly reacting to the stimuli of other people, your brain has the space to organize thoughts, process emotions, and innovate. Historically, some of the greatest breakthroughs in human history happened in the vacuum of solitude. Think of the intense focus required by history's greatest thinkers. These individuals utilize solitude as a tool for extreme concentration. This flow state is much easier to achieve when the social demands of the world are silenced. In our modern age, the loner is often misunderstood as being antisocial or awkward, but the reality is often the opposite. People who enjoy their own company often possess higher levels of emotional intelligence. They spend time analyzing their own thoughts, understanding their triggers, and developing a sense of self that isn't dependent on the validation of others. This makes them incredibly resilient. They do not need a crowd to tell them they are worthy. They have already established that worth within themselves. Furthermore, the practice of intentional solitude acts as a psychological detox. Every day, we are bombarded by the opinions, advertisements, and energies of others. Solitude allows us to filter that noise and reconnect with our own inner voice. It is a form of maintenance for the soul. It allows for the integration of experiences, turning raw data into wisdom. People who love to be alone are often better observers of the human condition. Because they spend time away from the group, they can see the patterns of the group more clearly. They notice the subtle shifts in social dynamics and the unspoken needs of others because they aren't caught up in the performance of social interaction. This often makes them better friends and partners when they do choose to engage, as their presence is intentional rather than habitual. They don't hang out with people just to avoid being alone. They hang out with people because they truly value the connection. This selective nature ensures that their relationships are deep and meaningful. Another aspect is the concept of the social battery. For those who love solitude, social interaction is like an expense, while solitude is the income. They must manage their energy carefully. This doesn't mean they dislike people, but rather that they value their internal peace enough to protect it. There is also a spiritual dimension to this preference. Throughout history, monks, hermits, and sages have sought isolation to find clarity and enlightenment. They understood that the truth is rarely found in the middle of a shouting match. It is found in the stillness. By embracing solitude, we learn to face our fears and our shadows without the distraction of entertainment or conversation. It is a brave act to sit in a room alone with nothing but your own mind. As we move forward, it is important to realize that the ability to be alone is a skill that can be developed. Even the most extroverted person can benefit from scheduled moments of silence. It lowers cortisol levels, reduces anxiety, and boosts creative problem solving. It allows the default mode network of the brain to activate, which is where our most original ideas are born. In a society that equates busyness with importance, choosing to be alone is a radical act of self-care. It is a declaration that you are enough, exactly as you are, without the need for an audience. As we wrap up this exploration of the solitary mind, remember that seeking silence isn't a retreat from life, but a deep dive into it. It is the foundation upon which a strong, independent, and creative life is built. If you find value in these insights and want to explore more about the human mind and personal growth, make sure to hit that subscribe button and join our community. We want to hear from you. Do you cherish your alone time, or is it something you're still learning to embrace? What is the one thing you've discovered about yourself during moments of solitude? Leave a detailed comment below, and let's start a conversation about the beauty of the quiet life. Thank you for watching, and remember to take some time for yourself today.